I was going to say, like, there's no way that he could be the character 24/7. There's absolutely no way.
No, and you know, I mean, on the same side of that, I mean, he's the most. He's an amazing guy. He sees business in a different way. You know, he's truly is an entrepreneur. Even when you look at it from WWE Studios, the things that we're doing, the way we're shooting these movies back to back in same locations, saving money on changing crews and all that stuff. We're making these movies for way cheaper than they would be made in a major studio. We're collapsing the DVD window, much to the chagrin of a lot of people, but because it makes sense. Why not promote once once the movie's been out for a bit of time, it's done in the theaters anyways. No one's going to see it anymore. Why not just put the DVD out? You know, we're doing things. He just sees things in a common sense way. Like, why would you do that? Because Hollywood does it. I'm not doing it that way. It's not how I'm going to do it. You know, this makes more sense to me, so I'm going to do it this way. And it's kind of cool to work for somebody like that, because he has a big saying, and it's come to work every day like it's your first day. You know, fresh eyes, first day in the job. And it's a cool way of looking at the world. You know?
I mean, you said that you don't really at this point have to do all the stuff that you're taking on, but I'm just curious, like, where do you see yourself in 5-10 years or something? You think you'll still be in the ring? You think, because I know there's rumblings that you're taking over the company, but rumblings, you know.
Yeah,
but you know how it goes.
People can rumble all they want. When I've got when somebody has to pry it out of Vince's cold dead fingers, then they'll get his company. You know, until that day, it ain't.
So they make it seem like it's just
it isn't happening. You know, when I see myself 5 years from now, you know, who knows what happens in the world.
Still wrestling, you think?
Certainly not full time.
I feel like Barbara Walters.
You look like Barbara Walters.
I feel like Barbara Walters.
Certainly not wrestling full time. You know, if I'm still in the ring, it's because they need me to do something, or it's now and then kind of a nostalgia trip thing. I still see myself heavily involved in the behind the scenes of the company. I'm very passionate about trying to create the next level of talent, the next wave of talent that comes into this business and takes us to another level as far as the in-ring product. I'm excited about WWE Studios and the prospect of us. You know, we're trying to get across to the world that we are what we were was wrestling entertainment. We are a global entertainment company now, strictly, and that is, you know, scripted television, non-scripted television, still our wrestling product, movies, music. We kind of do it all. And with this a marketing juggernaut in that way. And we're trying to get that to people. So it's to me, it's a refreshing. It's just a fun time to be involved in that business, because you're kind of on the ground floor of all these things taking shape and taking hold, and the sky is kind of the limit on them. And then, you know, films is fun for me. You know, there's a part of me that, at the core, I'm a performer. That's why I got into the business in the first place. I wanted to perform, and while it's in a different vein, making the movies is still a performance, and there's still an excitement to that for me. That's why I say I'm still looking when it's the right thing. If it's the right thing, if that thing comes along, I'll do it and try to do it as best I can. You know, but it's all about, for me right now, just finding the things that work and doing really kind of what strikes me at that time.
So there's no like dream movie that you'd want to be a part of, right? Or is there?
You have one that grosses like $1 billion, and you know, that would be the dream.
That would be the dream.
No, you know, no. I mean, as far as like dream movie goes, I mean, God, just if it's great, you know, a great movie. You know, that's what we do in the WWE, and that's what everybody loses perspective of, and why I think we're going to be good at all these other things that we're dipping our toe into now, films and television. We're storytellers. That's what we do. The rest of the company is a marketing machine and this marketing entity that gets behind that storytelling and then gets the storytelling out to the world. But what we do from a creative standpoint is tell stories, and that's really all movies are. I think we lose perspective of that. It's not about special effects, and it's not about you know, any of that. It's about telling a great story. You can have all the special effects in the world. If the story sucks, the movie sucks. You know. And on the same point in time, you can have a great story with absolutely no special effects, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, or you can have a great story and put a ton of special effects, and it's even greater. You know,
Yeah.
but the constant is the story, and without it, you've got nothing. And that's really what we do, and that's how I look at the films. When I read scripts, I don't imagine this elaborate CGI. Wow, God, that'll blow people's mind. We really should do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. To me, it matters about is at the end of this movie, do you get out of your seat and go, I just wasted 2 hours of my time.
Right.
You know, it's 2 hours of my life I can't get back. Do you think it was a good story? Were you entertained? Did it take you on a ride? Were you glad you watched it? That's really where we're at. That's what we're trying to create.
Right.
It's, we're not doing it perfectly. I don't think anybody does it perfectly first few times out.
I feel like you guys are relatively new in the game, but you have so many movies out already, right? It's only
been
been a couple of years.
We've only been a few years, but we really have. And the one thing for us is this: we own all this, and it becomes when we talk about WWE networks. Yeah. Having our own network. This is all content for us. This stuff for us is way beyond anything that most movie studios do or television studios do, because they just make the content. Right. We make, distribute all of it. You know what I mean? So we have the pipeline for everything, and we own it. And it's almost evergreen in its ability to keep on going for us.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
Thanks.